preparation meeting for the Elk Grove Crossing project. I'm Antonio Ablog, the city's planning manager, and joining me is Matthew Gherkin from AECOM, the city's consultant on the EIR for the project. The city generally holds in-person meetings during the release of the NOP, but given social distancing requirements, we've been doing things a little bit different. So we're asking you to watch this video to learn more about the project and the environmental review process. After you watch the video, we would ask you to take a moment to submit any comments or questions that you have to city staff. Contact information for who to send comments to will be provided in the presentation. So to go over the project and the environmental review a little more in depth, I'll hand it over to Matthew Gherkin from AECOM.
Thank you, Antonio. The objectives for this presentation are to notify responsible and trustee agencies, other parties, the general public about this project and its environmental review, to provide some information on the project, and to invite your input on the scope of analysis. This presentation will review the type of environmental documentation, provide a short project description, discuss the probable environmental effects associated with this project, the environmental review process, and then finally, how you can provide input. The Elk Grove Crossing specific plan will require an environmental impact report, or EIR. This type of document is intended to focus on potentially significant adverse physical effects associated with both construction and operation of uses and infrastructure for the specific plan. No initial study will be provided. The Elk Grove Crossing specific plan area is shown on this slide. It is south of Camera Road. It is east of Bighorn Boulevard, approximately 319 acres in size, just south of the existing city limits of the city of Elk Grove. The specific plan proposes a mix of uses that are shown on this slide, including a range of residential types and densities, commercial uses, light industrial flex uses, a school site, park sites, and open space. The specific plan also includes all on and off-site infrastructure necessary to serve the proposed uses. The specific plan proposes a total of 1,378 dwelling units and approximately 774,000 square feet of non-residential development. The probable environmental effects will be studied in the EIR and are shown on this slide. This is a full scope environmental impact report studying everything from aesthetics to utilities. There are some main steps in the environmental review process, starting at the top with this notice of preparation and scoping. Next, we will draft an environmental impact report to study the impacts that were shared on the last slide. This draft environmental impact report will be shared for public review, and then we will review comments, those public comments that come in on the draft, and prepare a final EIR that includes responses to each of these comments. Then the final EIR is prepared for certification by the city, and then after certification of the EIR, the city can consider action on the specific plan itself. As Antonio mentioned, we're looking for input from you. We're looking for specific types of input as shown on this slide. What should the scope of environmental analysis be? What should we study? What mitigation measures could be used to reduce potential environmental impacts associated with the specific plan? What types of alternatives should we study? What types of land use alternatives or alternative locations should we study in order to reduce environmental effects? And then finally, who else should we reach out to get input on the scope of analysis for this EIR? To provide input on this notice of preparation on the scope of the specific plan EIR, please provide those comments by May 3rd, by 5 p.m. on May 3rd to Antonio using the contact information on this slide. Thanks, Antonio.
Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. Thank you for providing the information on this scoping process. Again, we welcome your comments, comments related to the preparation of the environmental impact report. And if you have any questions or would like to submit comments, my information is on the screen before you. Thank you.